The time is now. It's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth, straight dropping dime. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it is back to the rhymes. Should have done this before I started. Let me take a sip. All right. Earlier than normal. Congratulations to me is kind of the saying I've been saying to myself lately. All right. Let's take a look at the board. Stand for this, I guess. I'll just leave the chair there. Okay. All right. First, we have the album, School Us. The album sales, not much. Nothing happened this week with that. Let's see. I think I went and talked to a fellow upstairs. I say that last week. When was that? Was that the week before or was that this last week? That was the week before. All right. Yeah, I don't think anything happened regarding the CD this week. I can remember. So nothing happened there. My Reformation music video. So the big shindig happened yesterday. That is, our pastor and his wife had a farewell party put together by the event coordinator extraordinaire, Theon. So that's done. That was a huge, heavy, incredible heavy lift. She's amazing because I was talking to my wife and we were thinking back to the previous pastors that were going back 20 plus years when they were done. Probably just had a little luncheon, just like it, just nothing special. So she knows how to do it big. For me, it's like, oh gosh, I mean, in a way it's pressure, but I'm thankful, but it's going to be, for me, I'd be happy just to have a little get together myself, but all right. And she actually did coordinate for my dad a memorial. It was designed to be small and intimate, but anyway, she really knows how to do this, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the help. And she said that to me yesterday. We'll be talking soon. So, and I didn't see her today. I won't see her next week, potentially the following week. And I guess I'm not in a hurry. I'll probably wait to see her when we have our lunches a couple times a week after church. So that's when I'll look for her. And if I don't see her within a short period of time, I think the next one should be 2 weeks from now. So if I don't see her 2 weeks from now, I will dial her up, try to get a hold of her and see what we should do. But I always think she needs to recover because she put so much time into this. Absolutely. She needs to recover, get refreshed, ready to go, and like I said, shouldn't be nearly, it could be a lot of logistics. A lot of it has to do with how big of a deal she wants to make it, which I know she likes to do things big. So I think I mentioned the potential of working with the church, Antioch, Ken Hutcherson's, church that he started, and she's her daughter's, like her son-in-law's friend is the pastor there now, which is quite amazing. There was a time we had discussed going out to South Carolina or North Carolina, I think, to connect with him out there. I don't know if I mentioned this, to go all the way out to North Carolina to meet up with him and to do music out there. And here he is. He's from here, but he's back in the Pacific Northwest, in Kirkland, Antioch Bible Church. So there's a potential there. We don't know. There's lots of potential. Just what will happen. But it's exciting. The video's ready to go, though. It's ready. I think going forward, a lot of discussion will be around this upcoming event. So you will be glorified. So my cousin is coming in June or July, I'm told, from my aunt. And then my next step with this song is to discuss it in person, not any other way. He lives in Austin, to have a personal conversation about this song. See, because he's Catholic, but he's a composer. I'm just curious if he likes contemporary Christian music. It's I don't know how that is if you're in his world. I mean, they don't play that at their church. I think it's very, what do they call it? I don't want to use the wrong word. I think of the word liturgic. I don't know what that even means hardly. It's very traditional with an organ. That's what he does, but he can play piano, and I think he does a great job. So I was just thinking how exciting that would be, though, if I could collaborate with my own cousin to get this song composed and to work on it with him. I would just be so thankful and blessed. So let's see if that happens. And to work together, ministry. I don't know what his evangelicals have a mission, but I don't know from a Catholic perspective what they think about outreach and things like that. I imagine they are interested in that, so we can work on that. YouTube channel. So can't forget to mention that. So I did look at, so we're about a quarter of the way there with Leon's videos, the Leon series, the Leon trilogy. And I got to tell Noah, hey, I successfully made a playlist. So I'm going to send it to him today. Such a big team player. So that right now is at about 15 views. The first, it's the most viewed of the three, which makes sense. It's the 2020 story. But it's time watched right now is number 3 overall in the history of this channel, 3.5 years, which is cool. So I'm only a quarter of the way there. If you look at that pace now, a few people did watch the video when we streamed it before I started sharing it, and those might be people more likely to watch it than me just sharing, because I'm sharing it with a decent amount. I'm like, okay, I've shared it with say 26, 27, 15 views. It's not going to get as many views as the song, the Battle Hymn of the Parents, or for sure Trump's going to thump, but it's going to get more viewing time. So let's say right now it's number 3, and if you go times 4, let's say, it would make it right over it would be right close to number 1. So it's right about, so this I like it. It's fun, what kind of, because that's all it is. It's a story. I share it. How do I share it? It's slightly different for everyone I talk to. Typically I mention a friend of mine went through COVID in 2020, and he was brought back to life 12 times. If you'd like, I'd share it to you, or hey, I'll send, I don't even, if I'm friends, hey, I'll just send it to you. You can check it out if you want. That's usually what I'm saying to people. I just leave it up to them, of course, if they want to check it out. I want to, I guess I can include the YouTube channel, but it might take over a future category. I don't have to say that yet. This weekend coming up in Everett, I am going to be doing my absolute 100% best to try to get in touch with some people. And let's go. No rules of engagement. It's related to Bellevue Ballers, but the goes. And so my mission is to make a top 10. I want to do top 10 for a lot of artists, but I want them to be the first artists. They're really not represented well online. I'm trying my best to get permission, to find out who that person is, to get permission from. And then I'm going to start acquiring CDs, their entire collection, go through all of them and do it right. That's my plan. It'll take some time, but it's a total labor of love. So many good songs. People from this Bellevue Ballers, from this industry, who've been around, who know them, will appreciate it. I think there's people who are newer. They could hear the songs, they could appreciate them too, of course, because it applies to what we do. And they're second to none. Now they have an act that sings now. They do strictly covers. They're not making original music. So we didn't know how good we had it back in the day. And so we try to bring them back. And before I forget, and that's going to be related to the YouTube channel. Talk to my friend Leon. his brother-in-law. It's really not a way to do. It occurred to me I should think of Legion of Boom, and he told me, "Wow, Richard Sherman is on the outs with the public. Earl Thomas is on the outs with the public. It's like, wow, these guys are not in good standing right now. They're having some real personal issues. The Seahawks right now are kind of, in the past when Pete Carroll was there, were supposedly rebuilding, and they jumped up fast. No one expected them to do what they did, and so you could say they're rebuilding, and I wouldn't be surprised. They've always been competitive no matter what. When they're expected to do great, they just be close. When they're expected to not do anything, you'd be close. That's what I've observed. But as far as the Legion of Boom, I got a song. Now, I'm up in Vulcan once a week, and I was like, hey, I never even thought about really talking to them. Why don't I ask? And so if I can find, really, I'm hoping for a Seahawks fan that works there or something, but it's a conversation. I'm on site once a week in the mail. Is there a possibility? So that would be cool. It's its own song. In terms of the concert, part of the things are, what songs to do. I would want to do Back to the Rhymes, I think, and get music for it. My main man to do music is not with the company he was working for. They had to get rid of him. Yeah, he made an error in judgment, and it is what it is, but he's a good guy. He made a poor choice, but I just hope. He's incredible with the beats I was hearing, the songs he was making. They're really good, and he can make them, and it's like, okay, well, let's do it, But now, and he was right there off my old route. Now, where is he? That's the thing, that when time happens, people move and things change, and my single best music person is now where? I mean, he lives way up in Marysville, I think. Will he communicate? So those are some of the questions, but there's another fellow there, Larson Real Estate Luke. He says if I have the song pretty well finished, he can help me record it. So what does that mean? Because we do have that song, Legion of Alert the Legion, it's called, ready to roll pretty much. It was pretty much ready to roll. It's good too, I guarantee you. For me, it's a jam. So it would be for my personal preference, is one of my 3 best songs if I can finish that song. So that's exciting. I just wanted to say, it's like, I hadn't even thought about it. I've been delivering their mail since November, and I hadn't even thought about it. It's like, oh man, that's my contact. That's somebody I need to check in with. Again, I don't know what the public's appetite is for the Legion of Boom right now, but it's a great song, though. So another big event, I guess I can do something like this. Well, merch. I can just go like this. So merch is number 7. Got the quote, 7 shirts, and I can pick them up in Kirkland. No shipping that way. And my daughter's gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy one. My friend Too Sick, Aaron, who did the graffiti, he said he wanted one. I sent him Leon's video and whatnot, and I hadn't heard back, so I'm gonna have to check back, make sure. But that could be 3 sales, and then I gotta put. Now I'm off this week, and what I really thought you really need to do is go over to the motor shop and do a better job with their display. And why not? I gotta own that, because they're not displaying anything. They do have all those flyers. I was thinking, why don't I take, Alex says he has a staple gun. Why don't I go to Capitol Hill, maybe on 45th, where there's tons of flyers on telephone poles? I don't need to go where there's none. I need to go where there's tons. It's just the way it is. It's normal to put flyers on telephone poles. It's not a big to-do list thing, but I could do that. I could do it and try it. So that's something I was thinking about doing. But at minimum, let's get the display looking a little better, and get the new shirt in there, take the old little kid shirt, like baby shirt out. Because if someone wanted to buy it, very few people can fit that, and they don't have a baby for that. So we got to at least have that right. So yeah, I'll have, if I order 7 shirts, I have 3. So I have that, all the other, what do I have? Let me see. I have, what size is this? This is extra small also. So I think I have 2 of these, and I have 1 large. So in my order, it's going to be 2 XXL, 3 XLs, and a medium and a small. Trying to find one for my daughter. And then what I already have, my existing inventory. And I'll be selling this for $20. Another thing I was thinking is I should get, maybe I could talk to Noah about helping me put merch on my YouTube channel. So I saw him today, and I forgot. Well, he's way too busy, but I got to ask him about that. Maybe he can help me with that. I think Joseph certainly can help me with that too. I sent him Leon's video too. I think he should be back in America, but I hadn't heard back from him. So we'll see. Again, sometimes you just send that video like that, and I put my message in I need a separate text or something, but it's all good. Nothing really to say about Trump's gonna thump. And complete songs I made lyrics for on YouTube. So that's what I was talking about. I guess I jumped ahead that I would want music for Back to the Rhymes. It's got to be original music to fit the song. Like I said, I got some beats from Mark, but I want original music, and that's what's going to have to happen. All right. It's not great to be in this room, but it's nice and it's earlier. I think I should have finished the song today. Let me quickly comment on what. I should check. We had an event yesterday at their church, and they're tightening up again on this masks. Really, what I want to do is to get discussion. I'm not going to call it a debate, but I want a discussion. We were in that event yesterday, and we were the only ones not wearing masks. My wife, it was not really intentional. I didn't know about it, but I guess she was asked if she had a mask, and she said, no, I can't walk. And there you go. And then they wanted us to, I mean, just like, we haven't even been wearing it at church. It wasn't been mandated at church, but now it's just, and they were talking about canceling the event, or it just wears you out. Okay. I mean, for me, I have things I'm trying to improve as a person. I'm trying to build a brand. I'm trying to do a lot of things, and you just fighting all these battles. Now, this wasn't a big deal because it's a one-time event. I think if I had known in advance, does this always show? There's my Alex's flyer. That's the one I'm gonna pass out. If I had known in advance that they would really insist, it was really we were told to wear it on the paper. I don't read emails really. I somehow walked by everyone, didn't hear anything. I guess I would have gone, because my whole MO yesterday was to sit at that table as much as possible and eat as long and slow as possible. But this is just so frustrating. These guys. And so, again, I love each and every one of these folks. I can't wait to see them all in the afterlife. But in the current life, let's figure this out. And so if we can just make sure, like I said, I'm not saying what we're doing is the wrong thing. I just want to make sure it's the right thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to be, maybe it's the right thing. I would want to have absolute certainty this is the right thing. And at this point, you can't say the government's mandating it. That's not it. And I'm friends with a lot of the leaders, so it's like, what are we doing? And how can we have a conversation? If I can't see your face, that affects us. That affects our relationship. So it better be darn sure that what you're doing is productive in helping. Okay. Now, this is just a sample, but obviously there's lots of situations. I'm just saying I want to have, here's all I'm asking. I'm just put it out. And nobody really watches this that was there yesterday, so it kind of doesn't matter. But let's have a discussion. The discussion would be, and I have someone in mind, really on both sides of the discussion. I have two people in mind. I don't know if they'd be up for it. I'm going to see what I can do to find the most informed people on both sides of this discussion, and to be who are well intended, and to thoughtfully, not rushed, go through this brick by brick, point by point, and figure it out. Is this the right thing to do? Is this making a difference? Because the impact psychologically, interpersonally, is not, there is no debate. I'm so much better off talking to a person if I'm not wearing a mask and you're not wearing a mask. As far as interpersonal communication, it's undeniable. But we've never had the real thoughtful discussion. It's always watch this video or watch that video. And this video is saying one thing and that video is saying a completely different thing. And we never have a discussion. It is never talked about. From people who are well-intended, good heart, want the best for everybody. And that's all I'm looking for. I don't need to be right. I mean, I know what I prefer, but I just want to be, can a lay person understand this, or is it so complicated that I can't possibly understand? So I think right on that, I'll get back to the rhymes, because like I said, let's see about finishing this song today. Gosh, I had my next song and it was what? Uh-oh. I haven't thought about it. Oh no. As I had it figured out last week and I haven't even thought about it. Man. Gosh, I gotta really think on that. What was the next song? Oh. Gosh. I kind of know what it was. I'm thinking on a couple of things, but let's see. All right, so let's go with the song. I'll wait till it hits 23, and then I'm going to start just to see how long it is right now. The finest hour was this very moment, living life correct, living in the present, presented with this opportunity to make your presence felt for all eternity. Your kingdom come, your will be done. You gave us the Son, you gave us your Son. Now is not the time to not stiffen a spine, to not lift one another up, to not fill one another's cup, so it can runneth over and mow down the devil's schemes and plans to devour, stop cold in this, their finest hour. So let's go 10 seconds on a break. It'd probably be longer, but their finest hour, you're looking at it. Time marches on, sure as I spit, and I put out for the record to mark my word, duck the mark unheard, as it says in his word. Absurd, I think not. Snake lay in the weeds, there he plot. His next move is all time to prove all God's for real, though he came to steal, to kill, to destroy all gods, the real McCoy in this. The finest hour overpowers plans to devour in this, the finest hour. Go 10 more seconds. I'm close to done with this. Okay, the finest hour, you're a witness to history in the making from a special crew who knew what to do and did it. Brought glory to God, not hid it, and hit it out the park, walking in the light, not the dark. What was the spark? The parking lot empty, the place is shuttered. Okay, so that's 23 to 20. Man, Was that 23 to 25 or 22 to 25? Oh my God. I'm going to write it next time. I can't imagine it was 2 minutes. I think it was closer to 3. Maybe it was 2 minutes. Okay. Well, it's going to be 2.5 minutes. That's my minimum standard for any song. I'll tell you that. Well, actually, 2 minutes is my minimum standard. I'd like to be above that. Okay, I'd say 2 minutes. I'm sorry. I would count songs that go over a minute and a half for my when I'm judging songs and whatnot. So this thing, that's not good. Yeah, for judging a song, it's a skit if it's under a minute and a half. That's my system. It needs to be 2 minutes to be a song. But what about a minute and a half between a minute and a half and 2? I never really figured it out. So I guess it could be a minute and a half and plus to be a song. But really, I think a song isn't a song unless it's at least 2 minutes. All right. The finest hour. So this is where I'm going to head with the ending of this song, is to talk about what was the spark. The parking lot empty. The place is shuttered. That's kind of cool because I'll kind of shift. I can shift style a little bit. Because how would I go? I go walking in the light, not the dark. What was the spark? The parking lot empty. The parking lot's empty. The place is shuttered. Folks is sheltered. They call it sheltering in place. It's the most sickening phrase I've ever heard. This is the most defeated pose I've ever heard. Maybe I should say that. Folks is sheltered. Folks is sheltered. Folks is sheltered. Folks sheltering in place. I think they said like that, shelter in place, whatever. They come with all their phrases. Folks are sheltering in place. Does this have to be the case? I'm just going to say the phrase itself. The phrase itself cries out defeated. What took place cannot be deleted. And I'm going kind of long on this verse, but that's okay. And we can look back at who stood in the gap. I'm gonna finish. I'm real close, but we're gonna do it next week. All right. Till next time.